I've been on Mounjaro for now over a year, and have I lost any hair? Welcome guys, my name is Patrice, Thepatricedenise, and I am over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time, and been documenting my journey on Mounjaro, and now my journey overall, just living a healthy, sustainable life. So if you're interested in following my journey, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss any of my uploads. If you're new here, welcome, 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 and if you're not, thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So I'll be getting some questions about hair loss and Mounjaro, and I just wanted to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. So my history with these medications go back to 2021. I was on Ozempic from the 0.5 milligram to the 1 milligram for about a year and a half-ish. So from 2021 to 2022. Then in December of 2022, I switched from Ozempic. Well, I was off of Ozempic for like a period of 3 weeks, but then I switched to Mounjaro in December of 2022 and have been on Mounjaro ever since. I started at the 2.5 milligrams like everybody normally does start. I was on that for 1 month, and then from there I went to the 5 milligram dose, and I was on the 5 milligram dose for the majority of the time for almost up to, what was it, a year? I think it was almost up to a year or right at a year. And then I went to the 7.5 milligram dose and have been on the 7.5 milligram dose now for about, I would say, 4 months-ish. And I have been stretching my dose out. Instead of doing it every week, I have been doing it every 10 days. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist, and I am not someone who is here to tell you what to do and how to move forward with your plan of care. That is something that you would definitely want to talk with your doctor about. I'm just here showing and sharing my experience with you so that it can essentially give you some more information that you can take back to your provider to help you with your plan of care. So I am, like I said, now on the 7.5 milligrams of Mounjaro and have been on that ever since, every 10 days. Just to give you reference, I did not actually document my weight loss on Ozempic as much as, or as in depth as I did have been doing with Mounjaro. When I was on Ozempic, the highest that I can remember that I weighed, like I said, I didn't really actually take the time to sit down and document it, was about 215 pounds. And then from the time I was on Ozempic until the time I started Mounjaro, I was down to 191. So I started Mounjaro at 191. So essentially I lost, what would that be? So on Ozempic, I essentially lost about 25 pounds, and that was over a span of like a year and a half, right? And then when I started Mounjaro, I was 191. So I went from 191 to what I am right now of 159, and that was over a span of a year and some change. So that was 31-ish pounds that I lost while being on Mounjaro over a year. Now, altogether from Ozempic as well as Mounjaro, over a span of, I would say, 3 years, I have lost about 55 pounds. So just keep that in perspective too when we talk about hair loss, right? All right, so hair loss is not a documented side effect for any of these weight loss medications or these diabetic medications because I am on Mounjaro essentially because of my blood sugars to make sure they stay controlled, but I have been documenting the weight loss too because these medications are known to help in that regard as well. So, and essentially when I first started with Mounjaro, I did get on Mounjaro because I wanted to move forward with the weight loss aspect of my health journey. That's why I talked to my doctor. I was going to go up to Ozempic 2.0 milligrams. I was going to go to the 2 milligrams dose of Ozempic, but it was out of stock, and I had videos on that. But and then I started researching and found out about Mounjaro and switched to Mounjaro. So that's essentially why I switched from Ozempic to Mounjaro, because it was out of stock and I couldn't get the 2 milligram dose. So we went to Mounjaro, and here we are today. But hair loss is not a documented side effect for any of these medications. Wegovy, ozempic, zepbound, Mounjaro is not on their label. At least at the time that I created this video, it's not on their label. However, people have reported hair loss while being on these medications, but I want to talk about why that may be. So the percentage of people who have been in different studies, there have been different studies on Wegovy, on Ozempic, on Mounjaro, zepbound, and so forth. And the people who have reported hair loss in these different studies range from like 3%, 6%, 6% on the high doses of Mounjaro, and so forth. The question that we all want answered is hair loss directly related to the medication, or is it because of what's going on in your body due to the medication? And that's what I think it is. So from the research that I've been doing and the reading different articles and so forth, looking at anecdotal information from people, when they report hair loss, they're also losing a lot of weight. Now, we're going to look into that. When you are losing a lot of weight, your body is now thinking, wait a minute, what is going on? Something's happening. My body is under stress. And now your body is like, wait a minute, we're in some type of stress mode. We gotta conserve our nutrients or conserve our resources, and hair growth may have to take a back step. The hair process may have to be put on the back burner. And that's essentially what happens when you are losing a lot of weight, or even if your body is going through some type of stress. So if you ever notice, like for me, I can let you know. So when I didn't always have locks, and so when I used to get my hair relaxed, my hairdresser would always tell me I had a stress spot. She would always tell me I had a stress spot, and in that spot, I would always lose hair in that area. And that one, because I would be touching on that area, but two, that was around the time that I was probably going through a lot of stress in life, and I was losing hair because of, in correlation with that. So it's known hair loss and stress are two commonly interlinked conditions. Stress can inhibit the stem cells needed to help with hair growth. Stress can cause those stem cells to be inhibited. Individuals who are on calorie controlled or restrictive diets, they may exhibit hair loss symptoms due to their increased cortisol levels. Stress, the cortisol levels come out with stress, and the stress that they put on their bodies. Even if you aren't stressed, your body might temporarily think that it is some stressors going on when you are rapidly losing weight or when you're on these weight loss medications. As individuals taking weight loss drugs often lose a significant amount of their body weight in a relatively short time, your body might think it needs to conserve resources for some of the body's more essential functions or needs. So that means that it might stop investing in resources for hair growth, which will in turn lead to more hair shedding, more hair falling out. So let's look at the hair cycle. You have the anagen phase, and that's the phase where that's the growth phase. That's the phase where you are getting new hair that's being formed. You have the catagen phase, and that's the end of active hair growth for that specific set of hair cells. Then you have the telogen phase, and that's when hair strands stay in their follicles but no longer grow, so they're just there. And then you have the exogen phase, and that's when your hair falls out. Your hair naturally falls out so that others can come in and grow. It's a normal process. You lose hair every so often. Now, if your body is under the stress, hair loss occurs when the growth cycle is disrupted. So that anagen phase is disrupted, and that can cause the hair loss. So the hair is not growing, the hair is going straight to that exogen phase and falling out. However, the good thing is once you go through your weight loss, if you are losing weight rapidly, and once you go through, or your body is thinking that it's under some type of stress, once your body gets adjusted to the weight loss, now you can go back, now your body's going back, okay, now we can give some of our resources back to hair growth, and now that anagen phase can occur again, so your hair starts growing again. So the good thing is if you do experience some type of hair loss, once your body adjusts, then the normal hair process will begin again. So that's why you tend to see people who have weight loss surgery, or like I said, rapid weight loss, they may lose hair, or their hair might shed a lot, they may have some hair loss, but then as they stabilize, the weight stabilizes, their hair starts to grow back, because that anagen phase starts again. Your body gives them resources back to that your hair growth, and that anagen phase starts again. So if you are experiencing hair loss, just know that once your body stabilizes, then the hair process will start again, and your hair will essentially grow again. Now, if you are having an issue where it's not, you're noticing that like 3 months later it's still not growing back, I will consult with my provider. I would consult with a provider who may send you to like a dermatologist and see if there's anything else that needs to be looked into in that regard. Now, for me, like I said, I have not experienced hair loss. Now, one thing is because I do have locks, so I don't comb my hair. So a lot of people notice that their hair, they experience hair loss, or they see all the shedding come when they're combing their hair. Well, I don't comb my hair. Now, I do get my hair retightened at the roots. And even with that, I have not experienced any major hair loss, even around my sides and things like that. My hair has always been like this, right here. This has always been like that. It's always been right there. So I've not experienced any hair loss. And actually, I think it seems like my hair is flourishing, and I believe that could be because of having protein in my diet. So one way to combat hair loss is to give the body the nutrients that it needs, so that it doesn't have to say, okay, we got to ration out our resources. So make sure your body is jam-packed with nutrients would help with combating hair loss. So protein, making sure you're getting in enough protein, because that helps with bodily functions of growth. So making sure your body has a good amount of protein, making sure you have a well-balanced diet that includes the different nutrients that you need, like zinc, vitamin A, B, vitamin C, iron. And that's why it's really good for you to make sure that you follow up with your provider and get your labs drawn. I get my labs drawn every 6 months now. Before, I was getting it every 3 months when my A1C was high. But right now, I'm getting my lab drawn every 6 months, and that helps the provider to see if there's any deficiencies in any of your nutrients. Making sure your diet is well balanced with nutrients is very important, and well balanced with protein. And if you need to take some supplements, and that's when you will talk to your provider about what supplements you need in order to make sure you have the appropriate amount of nutrients. And then just monitor your weight loss. If you feel that you are losing too fast, I know we want to lose weight. We do. We want to lose weight. That's the ultimate goal for some people. But if you feel, or if you're seeing that you're losing it too fast, and what is too fast? Well, you have to ask yourself that. If you feel that you're losing it too fast, then you might want to talk to your doctor about your plan of care, and maybe look at other different options that you can, or ways to tweak your plan of care with your provider. I know hair loss is a major concern with weight loss, with these medications, with just in general, because we do put a lot into our hair, but I want you to know that if you do have any issues, if you do have any concerns, please make sure you talk with your doctor about those issues or concerns. Make sure you are just following the plan of care that they set, And if that plan of care is not working, if you feel that things, be your own advocate. Essentially, be your own advocate, and definitely talk with your doctor about any side effects that you're experiencing. Make sure that you are getting in that protein, getting in those nutrients, and taking good care of your body overall. Like I said, I personally have not experienced any hair loss on my journey. In reference to what I was saying before with my weight loss, I've lost about 55-ish pounds over 3 years. And on Mounjaro specifically, I've lost 31 pounds over a year and a couple months. So not too extreme. And so I think because of this, that steady gradual weight loss, that's where my body was able to assign the resources appropriately and not take away from the resources needed for hair growth. So, like I said, just make sure you're following with your doctor, and if you notice anything that's not usual for yourself, if you're noticing that you're combing your hair and you're getting a lot of strands of hair coming out, definitely talk to your doctor. Don't wait, talk to your doctor. All right? So I hope you found something valuable out of this video, and I hope that you are doing well in your journey. I will come back with another video soon where we're just looking at days in my lives. I like to vlog my days in my lives. I like to vlog what I eat, and so I definitely will be updating you guys on that. But I did want to stop and just do a little sit down video of this because a few people were asking about it, and I myself, like I said, have not experienced any hair loss that I noticed, because like I said, because I have locks, I don't comb my hair, so I don't notice any shedding. But at the actual roots and things, I have not noticed that. I will put in the description box below any articles that I find that talk about this as well, so you can do more research on your own. But thank you guys. I thank you for following my journey and being with me. Until the next video, I love you guys, and God bless.